Now, I would like to invite Anil Jain, CEO, Nixie, for his keynote on digital identity suitable to digital entrepreneurs in India. Anil Kumar Jain is currently the CEO of the National Internet Exchange of India, Nixie. Having spent 36 years in various telecommunication roles, Mr. Jain is an expert in internet, broadband, and the telecom sector. Some of the organizations he has been associated with include BSNL, MTNL, and the Department of Telecommunications India.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Pradeep Gupta from Cyber Media, Mr. Ibrahim Ahmed, Mr. Subhendu Parth, Mr. R.S. Sharma, the chief guest, who is also CEO of National Health, Government of India. It is a pleasure for me to be with you, and it brings old memories back. I am associated with the cyber media events of DataQuest, Voice and Data, Leadership Summits and Awards, I hope since inception, because I am an ITS officer and being part of the Department of Telecom, BSNL and MTNL, I used to get the honor of attending your leadership summits and the DataQuest Leadership Awards also from time to time. So today on 28th Leadership Conclave, I welcome all the listeners, all the participants, because this is a very important event. As far as I remember, this is the first event of DataQuest, or maybe the second last year also, which is going on online. So this speaks about digitization and the way the country is growing and the world is growing. Friends, the digitization digital operations are used interchangeably with each other. What is digitization? Basically, if you see the fundamental reply to this is nothing but converting the physical aspect into digital form. So you remember that we used to, work on papers, on old typewriter, if you remember it. And, the whole world has changed now. There used to be piles of files in various offices, a lot of physical papers and works and items at home. And we used to spend huge amount of time in accessing those information and even consuming the information and various aspects in our life. Digitization has actually changed and impacted the whole world. It has impacted we as a person. It has impacted the businesses which we are working and living. It has impacted the nations. It has impacted the national, international relations and the boundaries. Friends, the result of this impact, which is on each and every part of our life, is miniaturization. We have seen that things are getting reduced and small in size. Productivity has gone up, more productivity everywhere. Less number of people can produce more. Even less number of machines are able to do that. New applications which has come up, which may have seen, they are changing the whole world. We have seen we can book a food just going on a mobile app. You can book a vaccination going on a mobile app. We never thought that we just book a taxi which can come to your house within 5 minutes. I remember when we used to go to airport, we used to book one day in advance and we keep on reminding to the person. So things have changed and the more and more facilities has come. In fact, what I can say is that new generation may not understand the era through which we have gone. If we see, let us see the parameters through which we can judge how the digitization, how the digital way of world has changed. Today we have around 11 billion mobile connections across the world, out of which India has 1.2 billion telephone connections. And we are proud that we are number 2 in the world next to China. Similarly, if we talk about the broadband, which is the prevailing technology with all of us, around 4.66 billion broadband connections out of a total world population of 7 billion has already reached to the people. And we are proud that we are approximately 719 million broadband connections in the country. Again, we are proud that we are number 2 in adoption of broadband by the citizens. Data consumption, which talks about how much consumption broadband we and you are making. The world has reached to approximately cross 10 gigabyte per month per user, and we are proud that we are around 15 gigabyte per month, and here India is number 1. And one more thing which is very, very important for all of us, the digital financial transaction by we Indians have crossed 25 billion per month, and which has overtaken China, US, Germany, France, and all other countries. Government of India in 2015 has started an ambitious program to bring digitization in each and every life of this country. Digital India on 1st of July. And in the last 6 years, we have seen huge amount of progress which is coming in the digital India. Broadband has grown up not only in the urban areas, but with the help of broadband network, BBNL, it has gone to rural area with the program called BharatNet. We have online digital payment, which we have spoken, and I think the UPI and BHIM app is one of the most popular app in this direction in the world. We have done a lot of capacity building. Young boys and girls are getting trained in digital education, and more are seeking to have digital education and digital knowledge in them. We have more than 10,000 technical startups, which perhaps is the biggest number in the world. And one more thing which is important is the IPv6 adoption. I am very happy to inform you that India is with 74% adoption is the world number IPv6 adoption in the world. Now, these are the figures. This is what we have spoken, and what a public perceive that how digitization has entered into their life. Look at, we are now doing all railway, airlines, and bus reservations online. We never thought. You remember the old type of queues in front of all buses and railways and even in airlines. The grocery shops have been replaced by e-commerce. Let us talk how many of us has to go to the old Pansari shop to get the things done. Today, we are not talking that electricity is the most essential part of our life. We are saying Wi-Fi. If you remember, if you go to anybody's house, first of all, you ask, what is your Wi-Fi password? Similarly, the physical addresses are replaced by emails, website addresses. Peoples are getting replaced by robots in production. And day to day, where we spend time? We spend time on social media. What is that social media? Is nothing but consumption of content, which we never used to have. And last thing you must have seen during COVID, the Arogya Setu app and CoWIN app has helped each one of us. And I must tell you that COVID-19 has brought a lot of distress to the whole world. But for digitization and digital world, it was a boon. Working from home, online education, or OTT replacing the cinema halls has actually speed up and accelerated the whole process of digitization in the world. So friends, the days are good, the things are moving very, very fine. But is everything fine? I think we have to also talk about some side effect which digitization has. The first, which is connected to all of us, is the social interaction. We have reduced the social interaction, the social connect with each other, each one of us. We are talking on computer and on online platform. Friends, over the last few years, mental illness is increasing now. You must have seen people are really not well mentally as they used to be. Digital war in place of a regular war is looming on all countries. And cybercrime, which is resulting and pushing not only individuals, but even nations. And people are paying billions and billions of dollars to these fellows who are involved in the cyber crimes. Very dangerous, very dangerous. So I think we have to be very, very careful when we are going for digitization and how to proceed on this. Friends, I belong to Ministry of Electronic and IT, which is taking lead in digitization of the whole country. Along with the day-to-day work which we do, there are 4 important acts and forums which are now waiting for the India. Number 1 is data protection law, which include both private as well as public data protection. There is an act which is worked on artificial intelligence to take India in the leadership position at the artificial intelligence also. Blockchain is another technology which is prevailing now. We give the lot of security to the data use and data storage. We are working on an act on blockchain. And an important law which is coming up, which is very close to my heart, is National Language Transmission Mission. This will remove the barriers of various languages on various boundaries of the states, and even illiterate people from one language can talk to another literate or illiterate people from another part of the country without any barriers. Coming to my organization, National Internet Exchange of India, NIXI, I personally feel that we are the people who provides the basic internet infrastructure to the entire digitization process. We started in 2003 with internet exchanges, which actually brings the ISPs and CDNs together to bring down the latency and also the internet cost to the ultimate users. NIXI is also managing the CCTLD, that is country code top level domain, which normally is known as .in, and you must be aware the domain .in, .com, .org, .net. So we are managing the .in, which is a pride of the country, and we also provide the IDN CCTLD, which is .bharat in 22 languages. Friends, let me tell you, I am proud that India is the only country in the world which provide IDN CCTLDs in 22 languages. The next country to us is China with only 2 languages domain. So let us be very, very proud and adopt the IDN CCTLD.Bharat as much as possible. And the third thing which we provide is the IP addresses to the entire digital world in the country. That is called IPv4 and IPv6. We have done a lot of activities in promoting all the products, and we are very happy that we are progressing very, very high. The aims of NIXI is digital identity to every citizen. Like I have my name, Anil. Similarly, there should be a identity, digital identity like Anil.in with each one of us. Even a person who got born should have a digital identity. This is very, very important. We also want that IPv6 adoption, although we are number 1 with 74% adoption, should be 100%. We want a affordable, always on, inclusive availability of broadband to every citizen of this country. Nixie will continue to work in this direction. And finally, since we are at number one at most of the places and number two in digital world, why not? India should lead the whole world. So there should be a leadership position to be available to Indians at international forums. Friends, let us see that what is in store for the future in digital world. I personally feel that there will be borderless business transaction, which is going to come, which has been experimented in few countries. And these days we are talking about a digital tax also in the country. If you are aware about this, the discussions is going on with the world leader. We are working at driverless car, where when you show your face to the car, they recognize, open the door, sit down on the backside, say, I want to go to Karol Bagh. Car will take care of everything. You can just read newspaper or magazine or slip down at the backside. You will reach to the Karol Bagh and then there will be announcement, sir, Karol Bagh has come. There will be factories, there will be fields, there will be colleges without manpower. That is the new things which is going to come. And as I said, that if a person is trying to talk on a computer on a broadband, or sending just a voice message, say a Punjab lady is sending a voice message to a Keralite in Kerala. When you normally happens, you will not be able to transact those voice messages or text messages. With the help of National Language Translation Mission, we are going to make this possible. And broadband will be consumed equally by, in local languages, a non-speaking people, a illiterate person who is not able to even type on the computer or mobile. And that is the dream I think we should carry. In the concluding, I personally see that connectivity, infra like devices and digital identity, digital security and digital economy. That is what we should be watchful. And India should be proud if we are able to get 1 trillion digital economy by 2024. And by that time, we will take the leadership in the whole world and we will become number 3 digital economy in the world. Friends, I want to close my discussion and my keynote with the words of great late APJ Abdul Kalam. You have to dream for your dreams to come true. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for patiently listening me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jain, for those wonderful thoughts and that insight.